So I only woke up about like an hour ago, like less than an hour ago. But last night at about midnight, AYN posted two posts on their Instagram page. One was a photo of what looks to be the Loki, like that white model we saw in the teaser trailer or whatever it was. And it shows that the Loki Mini will be starting at $299 using the Alder Lake U Intel Alder Lake U, and the Loki will be using the AMD Ryzen 5 660U and will be starting at $499. And then the next thing they showed was a price list. And apparently, according to Taki Udon, apparently they also said that Odin owners and fans are supposed to get preferential pricing that is not reflected in this chart, so I assume it'll be a little cheaper for those of us that bought an Odin. But looking at this chart here, it shows that the Alder Lake U version, the Loki Mini, will be starting at $299 with 64 gigabytes of storage. The Loki, just the Loki, will be using the AMD 660U and will have 64, 256, and 512 gigabytes storage wise, like allowed, like different versions, and they will all be $100 more than each other. So the 64 will be $499, the 256 will be $599, and the 512 will be $699. And then the Loki Max will be $100 more than the Loki 512. It has 512 gigabytes of storage. It's starting at $800, and will be using the AMD 6800U. So I did a little bit of like, because this is seemingly very impressive. Like, this is going to be a one powerful machine, especially at the price that it's at. Like the Loki Max though, oh my god, I want that so bad. The Loki Max starting at $800 using the AMD 6800U with 512 gigabytes of storage. The AYN 2021 Pro cost $1,200, $1,245 to be exact. Has 1 terabyte of storage, so double the amount. You can just use an SD card anyway. And it uses the AMD Ryzen 7 4800U. I wasn't really able to figure out if the Ryzen 7 4800U or the 5825U is more powerful than the 5660U. I think it's like around the same processing power. That's what I found with the 5660U versus the 5825U, which is in the AYN Next Pro and the AYN Next, which are both like $1,600. But to their benefit, we don't know how much RAM is in these devices. The AYN Next Pro has 32 gigabytes. The AYN Next has 16 gigabytes. Storage is 1 terabyte and 2 terabytes on the AYN Next Pro, and they're like double the price. The AYN Next Pro is literally double the price of what the Loki Max is supposed to be. Like, it's $1,600, which is a lot. So we don't know how much RAM is in the devices yet. We don't know if it'll keep the same design. I think it will, because they showed off models here. It's literally the exact same thing. But one thing I noticed that I haven't seen a lot of people point out is looking at this model of the Odin, like with the Intel and AMD information on it. The base, the Loki, sorry. The Odin has ABXY set up as it is on like a Nintendo Switch controller. This here has the ABXY button set up as if it's like an Xbox controller, because it's using Windows. So that's probably a better choice. I don't know. I prefer the Nintendo style, but I feel like for Windows, because you're going to be playing like Game Pass, Steam, stuff like that on here, I feel like that's the better way to go. Like the ABXY buttons are flipped here. That's the only major difference I can see. They only show us the front of the device, and the top looks like the exact same thing. I hope you can change the light colors around like the sides and the thumbsticks. I think that would be cool. But so I filmed a video yesterday talking about like my opinions on what the price was thought to be, because we didn't really fully know at the time. I said that if the Loki Max wasn't that big of a difference from the Loki, like normal Loki, I would just get the Loki. Like, there wasn't like a bigger processor or anything, it was just the size. I would just get the Loki at $256 and call it a day, because that's $600. That's the price I wanted. But I don't know, I think I might go for the Max now. It's a lot of money, it is, I know that, but I want it. $800, 512 gigabytes, AMD 6800U. We don't know how much RAM is in it. We know what the device looks like. We don't know if there's any substantial changes. It looks like all the hardware is still the same, which is good because I like the Odin's hardware. Like the thumbsticks are good, the D-pad's great, the buttons feel nice, the analog triggers will be useful in like PC games and stuff. It's exciting. And I said I wanted it to be between $500 and $600, and I got that. The Loki Mini is $300. That's the price of a Switch. That's the price of like an Odin Pro right now. So, but it only has 64 gigabytes of storage. It has, and it's $300. That's like how much storage the Switch OLED has, and it's $350. So, bit of a deal. The reason I want to go for the Loki Max is because I want to get the most out of the emulation performance out of this device. Like, I wanted to try Windows on the Odin because I wanted to see how far I could push it and see if I could get like CMU running and like what games that wouldn't work on Android would work on Windows. But turns out that Windows for the Odin is mostly only for like indie Steam games that would like don't need hardware, good hardware to run, which are not the type of games that I usually play, and the emulators are worse on Windows for the Odin. So seeing them like kind of just immediately, like a few months after release of their Odin, talk about a new device is really exciting. I'm excited for this device because I want to see what it's capable of. My computer, my like big PC, the one I'm using right now, has an AMD Ryzen 5 3600X 6-core processor, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's using the GTX 1660, the NVIDIA GTX 1660. So this is apparently going to have like a better processor a better CPU than my computer has right now. But right now, all we know is that it'll be using the AMD 660U for the base Loki. The Loki Max will be using the AMD 6800U, and the Loki Mini will be using the Alder Lake U. And aside from all of my emulation tests, I kind of do want to do a test to see how well this would work as like just a PC. Like, I have the Odin dock here, the AYN dock that I bought with my Odin the night that the thing was released, and I want to see if I could put it into the dock and see if it would still work, because it's not like it's a dock exclusive to the Odin. It's a dock for like any USB-C handheld. Like, it works with the Switch, and I feel like I kind of want to use it, like see if it would work as like a PC. Like I would like connect it to my monitor and see if it would like work as like a desktop PC, because that would be really cool. I don't know if it has the power. It kind of looks like it will, but I'm not certain. But yeah, that's really all I wanted to update you guys on. The Odin, I keep saying the Odin, the Loki Max. We don't know the release date. We don't know how much RAM is going to be in these devices. We don't know a lot. There's a lot we don't know. We know the CPU for these devices, we know the storage capacities, and we know the prices. So if I have to base it on the information we have right now, I want to get the Max. $800. Oh my god. Please, I said this in yesterday's video. Please do not release this before July, please. Like, god, they're going to, because it's May right now, and they're already gotten this, like, they're already on the rollout. But I really hope they don't, because I need to get some money. They didn't even mention it in their newest AYN, like the Odin update. They didn't even mention it, which I thought they would. I thought they would be like, oh, go check out this new device. No, they hadn't. There's no other campaigns on their Indiegogo page, and they didn't even feature my review on their Indiegogo page. How rude. But that's really all I have to say. Given this new information, are you gonna buy the Loki Max like I want to? Are you gonna buy the Loki? You're gonna go for the Loki Mini. I think I'm gonna try and spring for the Loki Max, just because I want that much power and I want to like push it to its absolute limits. Like, if this thing can be as powerful as that AYN Neo device, I saw people running Switch games on that. So if it can be like close to as powerful, you gotta see what we're capable of. What am I able to download and put on there and play? I'm excited. Are you excited? Tell me below. I will see you next week sometime. But yeah, I'm excited. So thanks for watching.